Hi, this is Matt Stone of 180 Degree Health, and I wanted to reveal something today that I think is very powerful and important information. Sharing it with people. This is 180 Degree Health is the only place on earth where I'm aware of this type of dietary strategy being used specifically to counter hypothyroidism and overcome hypothyroidism as described by Mark Starr, by Broda Barnes, by Stephen Langer. I've got all their books right here. So, if you've been following Broda Barnes or Stephen Langer, Mark Starr, any of these sort of hypothyroidism guys that use the body temperature as the best gauge of whether you have hypothyroidism or not, I've taken all this into consideration. That's Broda Barnes, solve the riddle of heart attacks, hope for hypoglycemia, hypothyroidism, the unsuspected illness, solve the riddle of illness by Stephen Langer and James Shear, type 2 hypothyroidism, the epidemic by Mark Starr. What I like about Mark's book is he actually distinguishes between the two types of hypothyroidism. Now, what I have to offer up and what I'm going to talk about today is not for people who have legitimately something wrong with their thyroid glands, their thyroid has been removed. I'm pretty sure that the dietary nutrition recommendations that I have to make, although it may be a great diet, I have my doubts that it could actually really improve anybody's health. It's certainly, if you had your thyroid gland removed, there's no way that this is going to be the answer for you. You do need medication, and from what I've gathered from those books, and also my more extensive studies and my studies, Mary Showman, and I got Karazian here too, and Rita Aram. I've read his books as well on hypothyroidism. If you really do have a missing gland that's different, you should probably look into desiccated thyroid. I would think that from what I've gathered, and also from Janie Bothorpe at StopTheThyroidMadness.com, I think it's pretty clear that desiccated thyroid offers something that synthetic thyroid cannot. Anyway, let's talk about this amazing way to bring your body temperature up. Now, if you're familiar with any of these works, you would know that basically, as a hypothyroid, if you're concerned about hypothyroidism and you think that you're hypothyroid, based on taking your morning body temperature, which I think is a great gauge of your overall metabolism, and I do think you can be functionally hypothyroid even if you have low or normal blood test. But the real key is bringing that body temperature up. So I've always felt intuitively that nutrition, diet, lifestyle, I had a feeling that these factors, because I'd seen what it could do for me and what it can do for other people, I had this really strong hunch that there had to be some kind of way you could bring your body temperature up through manipulating your diet, lifestyle, nutrition. So I looked for that. And I came up with some ideas, and we tried some things out, and had a lot of participants in my blog that were interested and on the same path and trying out some experiments for themselves to see if it could be done. One of the first people who tried it, who was actually on Armour thyroid, desiccated thyroid, had to reduce their medication very, very quickly. Again, this gave me another great leap. I really felt, well, this must be really doing something if this person right off the bat, as we're checking out some of these recommendations, is having to come off their thyroid medication. Then I started really getting into this monitoring the body temperature, and I recommended everybody to monitor that basal body temperature so that they could see if their diet and nutrition changes and some of the things that they tried out, per my recommendations, were able to bring that body temperature up. And I do believe that having a high metabolism and a high body temperature is a fantastic way to protect yourself against degenerative disease and infectious disease. Just as having a high body temperature, when you have a fever, helps you fight off infection, I believe that having a high, healthy, normal or above normal body temperature is really one of our best defenses against infectious disease as well. So, with that, I will say that at 180 Degree Health, we've had miraculous results with people bringing their body temperatures up. It is not difficult. It is very consistent. I'm not saying 100% of people can bring their body temperatures up, but the vast majority have been able to do so, and do so rather easily. I've had people go from 95.6 to 97.3 in a couple months. Okay, Broda Barnes was saying 97.8 to 98.2 is the normal range. A lot of people going from 96s all the way up to 98 in short periods of time. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. This isn't a lifelong affliction or something that you're hereditarily stuck with and you can't overcome. That's what we're discovering, and I'm sorry that I'm being overzealous. I hope it's not a turnoff to you, but I'm just trying to present to you what's going on, because it is a huge breakthrough and people need to know about it. Talked to somebody last week. They wrote me and said that their body temperature went from the low 97s all the way to 99 and is sticking right in the high 98s. This person is already has kids that have graduated college, if that gives you an idea of what it can do even for people who are not in their 20s and 30s and maybe even 40s, but even getting into the 50s and 60s, the body temperature can come up reliably using my recommendations. So, and this is not all locked up in some secret vault where you have to pay tons of money. This is something that is readily available on my blog for free. I'm working on a free ebook right now if you sign up to become a member of my mailing list at 180degreehealth.com. There you go. You get the free ebook that's going to talk about this hypothyroid diet and way to basically bring your metabolism up to its maximal efficient levels. It's going to be there for free, entirely for free, no charge whatsoever. So very eager to share this information. I think it's a huge breakthrough for a lot of people. All those doctors out there, and Broda Barnes, his old work, Stephen Langer, Mark Starr, these guys talking about iodine megadosing, all these naturopathic doctors saying do this, don't do that, eat this way, don't do that. Forget it. This is 180 Degree Health is without question the source for how to bring up your body temperature. Medication cannot compete with this. I don't know of anything that can compete with this, and I'm very excited to share it with you today. Come check it out. I'd love to tell you a lot more and let you talk to people in the comments section and who are actually witnessing this happening and see that this is not make-believe. This is real, and we just happen to have just stumbled upon, really by accident, and a little theorizing and research into the best diet on the face of the planet for bringing the body temperature up. So check that out, especially if you find that you have a low body temperature. This could really be your answer. So thanks again. This is Matt Stone of 180 Degree Health.